If you're really ready to lower your high blood pressure, these are the things that you need to do. The things that I'm going to share in this video are a must. You have to find a way to incorporate these things that I'm going to share into your daily life. So spoiler alert, there isn't a magic pill, a magic drink, a magic supplement that will fix this long term. This is on you to do the work. Let me ask you something. How do you see yourself 10 years from now? No, seriously, I really want you to take a moment and picture it and be specific. What do you look like? How much do you weigh? How do you feel? Are you running around with your kids or your grandkids full of energy? Are you traveling? Are you doing the hobbies that you love? Do you have new hobbies? Are you living the life you always dreamed of in 10 years? Or is it something different? Are you tied to a hospital bed? Are you struggling with dialysis? Are you recovering from a stroke? Maybe it's battling with complications of diabetes and heart disease. The truth is, the future that we envision depends on what we do today, and that starts with your mindset. Every single decision that you make now sets the course for what your health looks like in 10 years. So let's just reverse engineer that dream life that you just pictured. What habits do you need to build? What do your days, your meals, your moments need to look like? Because here's the hard truth. Your current habits are either leading you toward that very vibrant, healthy future that you imagined, or it's dragging you to a completely different reality. One of worsening blood pressure, heart disease, and kidney failure. And I want to share something personal. And I debated sharing this, but I'm going to share it with you. My dad was 53 years old when he had a very massive, severe hemorrhagic stroke. A hemorrhagic stroke is when a blood vessel in the brain, it burst. He did survive. However, for the next 3 years, he was confined to a hospital bed. He couldn't walk. He couldn't talk. And then eventually we lost him. He was never able to see me become the first doctor in our family. He was unable to walk me down the aisle. He's never going to meet my son. And as a doctor, I see this story play out over and over again. The patient doesn't want to take medication, but then they're also not doing the necessary lifestyle modifications or the lifestyle changes that are needed in order to lower the blood pressure naturally. Eventually, the inevitable happens. After the stroke, after the heart attack, if they're lucky enough to survive it, they're faced with the enormous challenge of readjusting to life. The physical challenge is huge, learning to walk again, regaining strength, but the mental toll is just as heavy. Many patients struggle with depression and frustration, feeling like they've lost control of their own body. And then there's the family aspect of it. The people who step in to become the caregivers, they carry this huge weight too. The emotional, the financial, the physical toll on the family is just something you can't fully understand until you've lived it. The consequences of high blood pressure are real. And I share this story not to scare you, but to remind you that you have the power to change the trajectory of your life. And here's where we start. Step 1, get a blood pressure cuff. Go out and buy one today. You can get a blood pressure cuff anywhere, from Amazon, Walmart, CVS, Walgreens. They're all over the place. Just make sure you get the upper arm cuff. We're not using the wrist cuff or a smartwatch. You're going to measure your blood pressure every single day, not just at the doctor's office. Office readings can sometimes be inaccurate, and knowing your blood pressure at home gives you a real, accurate picture. I've made a video on how to correctly take your blood pressure at home. I'm going to link it above and then also in the description box below, so make sure you check it out if you need help. I'll also link a few of my favorite blood pressure monitors in the description box below. So step number 2 on our journey to lowering our high blood pressure is to track what you eat. So for at least 1 week, I want you to write down everything that you put inside your body. And don't judge yourself, just observe. Next, we're going to analyze, is your diet filled with processed foods, salt, and sugar? Or are you nourishing your body with whole, unprocessed foods? So analyze this list and start small. What can you reduce? What can you eliminate altogether? What can you add? If you need help with that, I also have a video for that. I'm going to link it above and also in the description box. Step 3 on our journey to lower our high blood pressure is to move every single day. I know life is busy, but you have options. You have to commit to at least 30-minute walk every day, at the minimum. If walking isn't an option, pull up a 15-minute cardio workout on YouTube and follow along, because you definitely have YouTube. The key is consistency, and these things have to become your habits. It has to become your way of life. You get up every morning and you brush your teeth. It's a habit. You do it without even thinking. It's just something that's a part of your day. Moving your body for at least 30 minutes a day has to become part of your day. This has to be a priority. Step 4 on our journey to lowering our high blood pressure is to see your doctor. Once you've tracked your blood pressure and your food intake, share it with your doctor. Your doctor is your health partner. Your doctor can help you fine-tune your plan, and if necessary, start you on medications. And I know a lot of us don't like medications, and medications are not a crutch. They're a tool to help us stabilize dangerous blood pressures until our lifestyle modifications take effect. If your blood pressures are extremely high, at stroke levels, at heart attack levels, it is important that you're on medication until you get a consistent routine with your food and your exercise. Let me be extremely clear. I am the biggest advocate for natural lifestyle modification. However, it is not safe for your blood pressures to consistently be over 150, 160, and the bottom number over 90, over 100. This is a recipe for disaster. This is a recipe for stroke. This is a recipe for heart attack, for yourself, for your family, and for your future. So let me ask you again, what do you see when you picture your life 10 years from now? The time to make that vision a reality is now.